He's the one who makes the sun shine. He's the one who puts the moon in the sky. He's the one who hung the stars one by one. He's the one who makes the birds sing. He's the one who makes your dreams so high. He's the one who makes me smile. Day by day, Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than Spider-Man. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than Superman. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than Batman. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than anyone. Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than Yu-Gi-Oh! Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than Bobby. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than Action Man. Yeah, 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 yeah. Better than everyone. Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend. Jesus, you're my superhero. You're my star, my best friend.
Good morning, children. See if you can join in with the actions with me. God loves me. He knows me, he chose me, and he's always with me. And you can remember the different stories that we've had during this series that help us to remember. I'm going to give you a few clues, and you have to shout out who they are that God knew, that God chose, and that God showed that he loved them. Who is this little guy? Yes, he's fallen out of his tree. That's Zacchaeus. God knew his name. He called him down, didn't he? Who's this to remind us of a story? Can you see? Oh, yeah, the giant pig. The story of the prodigal son. God always knows where we are. This one reminds us of that as well. Yes, the lost sheep. God knows where we are. He loves us and he forgives us if we do anything wrong. And do you remember the guy last week? He was trying to get away from God, wasn't he? Jonah, that's right, that lovely story that we heard. Well, this week we're going to hear about somebody who had to listen to God. He didn't recognise God's voice, but he was talking to him and calling to him. So just listen to this story.
Samuel hears a voice. Now that God's people were living in their own land, there were so many things he wanted to tell them. How to be happy, how to take care of each other, how to protect themselves from their enemies. So God decided to choose someone to speak up for him. Someone he could talk to, who would then go and talk to the people. Someone called a prophet. God looked and looked all over the land of Israel, eager to pick just the right person. And finally, he found him in the village of Shiloh, in the house of Eli the priest. a little boy. Samuel, God called one night. Samuel, I want to talk with you. Samuel sat up and rubbed his sleepy eyes. He had never heard God's voice before, and he thought that old Eli was calling him. Samuel stumbled into Eli's room to see what he wanted, but Eli just shooed him back to bed. Samuel, God called again. Samuel, listen. Samuel was confused this time and a little scared, so he crept back into Eli's room. I told you, boy, yawned the old priest. I didn't call you. Now off to bed. Samuel didn't know what to think as he crawled under his covers. But when God called, Samuel, Samuel, for the third time, he knew what to do. He dashed back to Eli just as fast as he could. Samuel, sighed Eli, if either of us is going to get any sleep tonight, we need to find out who's calling you. And I have an idea who it might be. So the next time you hear that voice, I don't want you to come running in here. Instead, I want you to say, Speak, Lord, and I will listen. Samuel's eyes opened wide. You mean it's God who's calling me? Do as I tell you, said Eli, and we will find out. So Samuel went back to bed. God called his name again. This time Samuel stayed there and listened to God, and his eyes opened wide with wonder. And from that moment until Samuel was himself an old man, God talked to Samuel, giving him messages to pass on to the people. And just like the first time, God's messages never failed to leave him wide-eyed with wonder. And now we're going to say a prayer.
Dear God, I am amazed that you have chosen me to do this. Only I can do. Thank you for loving me and making me special. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you to the Hawks family for that story. Wasn't Samuel a good listener in the end? Do you like my big ears? This is one of the craft activities that you can make if you go on the website today. There are two, so there's this one, and look at these lovely characters here. And they tell us what the memory verse is for today. It is you are a chosen people. And it's from 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. And God was trying to tell Samuel that he had been chosen for a special task. So this week we have some great videos and clips that you've sent in. But keep sending them in. We don't want to see the same old pictures. So when you've done these craft activities, I want to see you wearing your big ears. Send the pictures in. Have a great week, everyone. And we'll see you all next week for our last in this series of God Loves Me. He knows me, he chose me, and he's always with me. Bye.
Shout it out, God loves me. I'm gonna live it out, God loves me. I know He loves me forever. God loves me. I wanna shout it out, God loves me. I'm gonna live it out, God loves me. I know He loves me forever. When I'm in the sun having fun and I know that He loves me. When I feel the rain, I feel just the same 'cause He's the king. I wanna shout it out, God loves me. I'm gonna live it out, God loves me. I know He loves me forever. God loves me. I wanna shout it out, God loves me. I'm gonna live it out, God loves me. I know He loves me forever.